First, yesterday the channel sponsored a prize of $25 cash for the first person to list the 3 major demands or requests that the current U.S. administration has for Iraq. That we know about. The correct answers were 1. Oil between the KRG and Turkey resumes. 2. Iran-backed militants be disarmed. And 3. Wants Iraq to stop purchasing electricity from Iran. Iran has been subjected to international sanctions for decades, primarily due to concerns over its nuclear ambitions, support for militant groups, and financial practices. The first United States sanctions were imposed in November 1979, following the seizure of the American embassy in Tehran.
These sanctions were lifted in January 1981, after the hostages were released, but were reimposed in 1987 in response to Iran's actions against United States and other nations' vessels in the Persian Gulf and alleged support for terrorism. In 1995, the United States expanded sanctions to include firms dealing with the Iranian government.
The international community, including the United Nations and the European Union, began imposing sanctions in the mid-2000s due to Iran's refusal to halt its uranium enrichment program. UN Security Council Resolution 1737 in December 2006 marked the beginning of these measures, which targeted Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile programs.
The 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, provided sanctions relief in exchange for Iran curbing its nuclear activities. However, in May 2018, United States President Donald Trump withdrew from the JCPOA, reinstating and expanding sanctions, particularly targeting Iran's oil exports and financial sectors. These sanctions have been further intensified in recent years, with measures targeting Iranian oil trading networks and entities involved in its nuclear efforts.
The duration of these sanctions is, well, contingent upon Iran's compliance with international demands. While the JCPOA included provisions for lifting sanctions upon verification of Iran's adherence, the U.S. withdrawal and subsequent actions have really complicated this process. As of now, negotiations are ongoing, but honestly, significant differences remain unresolved. In response to the economic pressures from these sanctions, Iran has, increasingly turned to neighboring markets, notably Iraq, to sustain its economy. The proximity of Iraq's Basra province to Iran's Khuzestan region, where many residents share cultural and linguistic ties, has definitely facilitated this shift. Iranian businesses are capitalizing on these connections to expand their presence in the Iraqi market, offering goods and services that are more affordable due to Iran's devalued currency. This strategy not only provides an economic lifeline for Iran, but also raises concerns about the potential impact on Iraqi industries and economic stability.
Okay, here's the bottom line. The brothers in southern Iraq are quietly getting rich by selling to the Iranians in the open market. You see, the Iranians don't have food and other necessities because of the sanctions. The other side of the coin is that cartel-type organizations are also increasing their wealth by helping the Iranians. Honestly, any organization that dares is lining its pockets because of the sanctions. This is why we don't hear about the situation. Sanctions are creating wealth on the black market.